Hey, it's Ollie, and today I'm going to make ETFs genuinely click for you. You've probably heard this term thrown around everywhere: financial blogs, investment apps, that one friend who suddenly knows about money. Maybe you think you get it, it's like a stock, right? That's not wrong, but it's catastrophically incomplete, and that gap is costing you. Let me start with what an ETF actually is, because once you get this analogy, everything else makes sense. An ETF, exchange-traded fund, is like buying a pre-made fruit basket instead of individual fruits. Instead of picking individual stocks like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon one by one, you buy one ETF that already contains hundreds of companies. Take SPY, the most popular ETF in the world. When you buy one share of SPY for around $400, you're actually buying tiny pieces of 500 different companies all at once. But here's where it gets interesting, and why this matters more than you think. Here's what blew my mind when I first understood this. Imagine you have $1,000 to invest. If you tried to buy individual stocks in 500 companies, you'd need hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get started. But with one ETF purchase, boom, you own a piece of everything. Let's say Apple has a terrible quarter and drops 20%. In your ETF, Apple might be 7% of the holdings, so you barely feel it because the other 493 companies cushion the blow. It's like having a financial shock absorber built right in. And the second thing about ETFs is even more surprising. This is where ETFs get really clever, and why they become so popular. Unlike mutual funds that only trade once a day after markets close, ETFs trade every second the market is open, just like individual stocks. You want to buy at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday? Done. You want to sell at 9:32 a.m.? No problem. But unlike picking individual stocks where you're betting on one company, you're getting professional management and diversification. It's like having a financial advisor managing a portfolio for you, but you can jump in or out anytime you want. But wait until you hear about the costs, this is where it gets really good. Pause for a second and guess, what do you think it costs annually to own most ETFs? Is it 5% of your money, 1%, or less than 0%? Take a guess before I tell you. The answer is less than 0%, and many popular ETFs charge only 0% to 0% per year. That means on a $10,000 investment, you're paying somewhere between $3 and $20 annually. Compare that to actively managed mutual funds that often charge 1% to 2%, and you can see why investors are flocking to ETFs. Here's where ETFs get really exciting: there's basically an ETF for everything. Want to own the whole US stock market? There's VTI. Want just large companies? SPY or VOO. Feeling bullish on technology? QQQ focuses on the biggest tech companies. Want international exposure? VXUS gives you companies from around the world. There are even ETFs for bonds, real estate, commodities, and specific sectors like healthcare or energy. It's like having a menu where you can order exactly the kind of diversification you want. But here's the part that trips up most beginners. I see new investors make the same mistakes over and over. First, they think more ETFs equals better diversification. Wrong. Buying 10 different US stock ETFs is just expensive overlap, you're paying multiple fees for the same companies. Second, they chase performance. Last year's best performing sector ETF is often this year's worst. Third, they try to time the market by jumping in and out. Remember, ETFs work best when you buy regularly and hold long term. The most successful ETF investors I know pick 2 or 3 broad ETFs and consistently add money every month. Speaking of success, let me give you exactly how to start. Here's what you can do right now. First, open a brokerage account if you don't have one. Most major brokers offer commission-free ETF trading. Second, start with one broad market ETF like VTI or SPY to get your feet wet. Third, set up automatic investing. Even $50 or $100 monthly beats trying to time the perfect moment. Fourth, resist the urge to check it every day. ETFs are long-term wealth builders, not day trading vehicles. How much are you thinking of starting with? Drop your number in the comments. I read them and love seeing people take that first step. ETFs aren't complicated, they're just powerful. You're buying instant diversification, professional management, and flexibility all wrapped into one simple purchase. The hardest part isn't understanding them, it's actually starting. If you're ready to dive deeper into smart investing strategies and want to see what the professionals are really doing, check out nexusaicalls.com. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, every expert was once a beginner who decided to start.